On the phone fighting this Saturday, June 4th at UFC 199, live from the historic forum in Inglewood, California, two-time world champion and current UFC middleweight champion, none other than Luke Rockhold. How you doing today, man?
Doing damn good, my friends. I'm just ready to fight, ready to kick some ass.
It's been kind of fun. You got Weidman's out due to injury. Bisping gets his long-awaited title shot. How are you feeling about going up against Bisping for this one? Do you think he deserves it?
You know, I'm excited about the opportunity to shut Bisping's mouth. I always am. It's a fun fight. It's a tactical fight. You know, it plays into my game, and I think that's more fun for me. Well, Weidman's kind of an uglier fight. He kind of comes in sloppy, and it might get messy. Bisping's going to be clean, precise, and a beautiful finish. So it hypes me up, no doubt. I forgot the second part of the question.
Obviously, you've already beaten Bisping.
I'm too focused on kicking his ass.
Obviously, you've already beaten him. How is this fight going to be different?
It's going to be, I think it's just going to be a little more precise, a little more relaxed, and I'm going to put a little exclamation mark on this one. I'm going to put him out cold. I'm not going to skip a head kick off him. I'm going to bring something completely different. I don't see myself having to choke him out because it's going to be a one-shot deal.
Now, Bisping, obviously, he's a polarizing character in the UFC. I mean, he's pretty much a heel. If he was a wrestler, he would definitely be a heel. But how much of that the dislike between you guys is real, and how much of it is just to help hype the fight?
And Bisping, he's an annoying dick. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's funny at times. I think he's funny. I think he's definitely just one of those guys who just gets under your skin. And he's just not my type of people, you know. It's funny. Some of it's funny. I can't help but laugh because he is clever, but I can't wait to shut his mouth and shove that thing back up his throat.
Is he really that clever? Because lately all he seems to be holding on to is that he beat you in training that one time that nobody can confirm, and that he beat Anderson Silva, and honestly, that's still questionable.
Yeah, I mean, you can only be so clever, given these circumstances. But he beat Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva was getting whooped that fight until Bisping started complaining about his mouthpiece, and Anderson Silva kind of he's a bit cheap. He's always been a bit cheap, and you can't really fault him. You can't, Bisping got to be aware, and you can't complain about a mouthpiece when the president stepped in. Anderson took advantage of that moment and knocked him out, and then that whole fight shifted at that point. But really, Bisping was winning that fight from the start until, and then started fighting his way back. So people want to talk about that, and he got knocked out, but that was a stupid mistake on his part that he was dominating that fight.
Do you think that with Bisping stepping in Weidman's place, do you think that his mouth could possibly lend to more pay-per-view buys?
I fucking sure as hell hope so.
So what's next then? So
I was pumped. Getting Bisping, I knew he would come in on short notice and he would open his mouth, and people like to hear a little talk, and get people psyched. I think there's a lot more buzz. When I heard the shift to Bisping, it was quiet. Weidman's he's the worst. He is the absolute worst at talking. He cannot talk shit for the life of him. He tweeted me yesterday. I don't know where he came from. He went back on his peers and he said some things. The guy has lost his mind. I went out there and I broke that dude and beat him down. And he's got so much fucking. I think he's just so entitled. He still thinks he's entitled after he won. After he lost the belt.
Wow.
That's his problem. I think he called. He's out of his mind. If he comes back up, I'm going to beat him so easy. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be worse than this one.
Well, who do you think is worse at hyping fights then, Demetrius Johnson or Chris Weidman?
Demetrius Johnson is definitely, he's just a little guy. People for some reason always overlook the little guys. They can't quite see him. I don't know what's going on. But Demetrius Johnson is a savage. His fighting should.
Oh, he's an amazing fighter. Just cannot talk.
Yeah, he just cannot. He cannot tell you a fight. He doesn't want to tell you a fight. We're every once in a while, shut it out.
Oh man, we're losing you again.
No, we're good.
Just being quiet.
Okay, well after this fight, assuming you get through Bisping the same way you got through him before, who do you want next? Do you want to go against Jacare again, or would you rather take on Yoel Romero?
When his suspension's up.
when his suspension's up.
Yeah, I want the guy who can sell the most pay-per-views. Really, that's what I want. Jacare. That's why it's like it would have been stupid to get Jacare on 2 weeks' notice coming off a fight that nobody watched. Nobody watched that pay-per-view, so it's not like it had selling power from that. Jacare can't speak English. You need time to sell that guy. You can't. It's just. I don't know. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna keep stepping my game up so I can sell all these buffoons.
All right. So who's on your wish list?
The only reason Yoel is relevant is because he popped on a drug test. That's the reason who he is. So thank God he popped on that test, because if he can come back, we might be able to sell a fight.
So who's on your fight wish list? Let's put titles aside, even weight classes aside. Who would you love to fight?
Who would I love to fight?
Yeah.
I love to fight everybody. I love to fight whoever gives me the most money. This is a business, and I'm not going to put in 3 months of my life to train somebody for pennies. It's these training camps are brutal. They take so much out of your body and your mind. It's like I can only do so many of them. So I want a guy that's going to get me psyched to fight. That's going to get the fans psyched to fight, and is going to put a paycheck in my pocket and further me to retirement.
Well, aside from all that, you said that you've set up some other goals for yourself. Any of that including some surfing goals?
Surfing goals?
Yeah, don't you surf?
We're talking about surfing?
Yeah, why
we
not?
know you like to surf.
Yeah.
I like to surf, but I got no goals in the surf world. My goals are all set here in the fighting. You can't spread yourself too thin in the world, especially in this game.
We're focused.
I'm my goals are set here, but I definitely do enjoy going out and getting a surf trip in and kind of decompressing and enjoying that side of things, but no goals on that level.
No goals on the surfing.
2020 Tokyo Olympics, they're adding surfing.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
that's plenty of time. You can
too. Come on.
Yeah, it's 4 years from now, man. You can be world champ for a while.
Why wouldn't they add fighting for Tokyo too? I mean, that's where
that would be amazing.
Martial arts originated.
Hey, Luke, man, thank you very much. We've asked you the pterodactyl bear question plenty of times, so we're going to let that one go. But it's happening June 4th, UFC 199, live from the Inglewood, California, two-time champion and current UFC middleweight champion, Luke Rockhold. Best of luck, and thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you. Enjoy.